just straight up divine, you know, and the man has to live up to the woman. That's really just the bottom line, you know, really pretty much, you know, the man just has to live up to the woman, you know, and that's really what you have, you know. But, you know, 1 Corinthians 14:34, you know, it says, let all your women keep silent in the church, you know, and we can you know, turn there with me. I may have already said this earlier, but I always just trip out on that. I always just trip out on that. You know, let your women keep silent in churches, for they are not permitted to speak, but they are to be submissive, as the law also says. If they want to learn something, let them ask their own husbands at home, for it is shameful for a woman to speak in church. There you have it right there. First Corinthians 14:34. You know, 14, 34, and 35. My bad. You know, you read on 35. Read on 35. You know, but you know, that's some of the bullshit right there. You know, some of the bullshit, because you know, just as we you know pointed out earlier with the whole, you know, Adam triple fucked up. You know when he, you know, Adam triple slipped. You know when he when he didn't take accountability, and he took accountability, you know. So I just don't understand that. Timothy, first Timothy, second chapter. Turn to First Timothy, second chapter. Let's turn to 1 Timothy 2. Let's see what we find. My notes say 1 Timothy 2. 1 Timothy 2:11-14. Okay, yeah. Let a woman learn in silence with all submission, and I do not permit a woman to teach or to have authority over a man, but to be in silence. For Adam was formed first, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived fell into transgression. Wow, that's crazy. You know, just total, you know, second classness. It's total second classness. I don't permit a woman to speak, teach, be in silence, all this mess. You know. And Adam was the one that didn't put his woman up on game. You know, Adam was the one that slipped. You know, but just as I said, if we don't know the ancient Kemetic teachings, you know, because this is all about whatever you know, whatever good you can put out of it, really, you know, basically. But if you don't understand the ancient Kemetic African science to these things, if you don't understand, you know, the stories of Enki and Ninti, you know, and how it's totally backwards from what you see in Adam and Eve, you know, and the woman healing the man. You know, and that's ultimately what you are supposed to get out of the black woman. You know, the woman healing the man healing the woman as well. You know what I'm saying? You know, because our women are completions. You know, our women are the ones that, you know, take the idea and they complete the idea. They take the hustle and they weave the hustle. You know what I'm saying? You know, they fabricate the hustle. You understand? You know, I don't mean fabricate, but you know what I mean. You know, they weave the hustle. They complete that thing. So, and another thing is crazy, you know. Another thing, yeah, that's really crazy. Like in numbers, it's telling you to grow dreads, then cut them off, throw them in the fire as a sacrifice, and then in 1 Corinthians 11:14, you know, 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 14, it says it's shame for a man to even have long hair, you know. So it's like, you know, damn, what the fuck, you know, like, you know, it's crazy, you know. And then hell, I thought the Lord just loved me the way I am, you know what I'm saying, you know. So it really has you like everywhere, you know. Crazy. Oh man, wow, yes. 1 Timothy, okay, we're still there. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 9. verse 9, right above it. You know, right, man, it's crazy. I really could have read it all together, but we right back to 1 Timothy chapter 2, and it says right there, in like manner also that the women adorn themselves in modest apparel with propriety and moderation, not with braided hair or gold or pearls or costly clothing. Did you hear that? Did you just hear that? Did you just hear that? Man. And I remember the first time I read that, man. That really blew my mind, and it really showed me the way that they have de-Africanized us, and they have completely took everything that they could, learn off of the wall from our culture, and they perverted so much because they didn't understand shit. But it was like, they completely have turned us against ourselves with the imagery in this book, with the rulership, what they're telling you, and it's almost like a form of sorcery. It's a form of sorcery, especially to a people that don't understand it, and that's why I say the English language, the English language in itself is a conspiracy. That's why you have to spell words, just like it's so many things that you gotta, that we must understand, but in this book, it totally, turns us backwards from our ancient customs, and it's just like how I was mentioning earlier from those excerpts from King Leopold. You understand? Because there are parts in the Bible where it say, you shall not invoke any spirits or anything like that. But yet they'll go back and they'll tell you in the church that that you should go in the room and call on Jesus to come into your heart, which is a direct invocation. You know what I'm saying? And even more than that, just like I was telling you about the dollar bill, how the dollar bill is ultimately a grand science in the dollar bill, of the European attempting to be God. You know what I'm saying? He has been the God of this world, as I've showed you earlier, and if I haven't showed you, I'll show you again. You know what I'm saying? But, just the whole science in that, truly understanding these things, and just when you read verse 9, you get that whole thing, and I almost lost what I was going to say about the dollar, but that's why they attempted to make the dollar such an anomaly on the spirit, and right here, and that's what it was all about. That's what it was all about, the whole invocation of spirits, because, now it made it to a point where, it's like, shit, you had to choose between God and them Grants and them Jacksons. You know what I'm saying? and that's ultimately where you have it there. But right here in verse 9, that really just brings me back to all that. And I'm so, I apologize for having that aside, but it just brought me back, man. But right there, right here in 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 9, it tells you, women should adorn themselves, with braided hair or gold or pearls or costly clothing, which was the exact same thing that we was wearing in ancient Egypt. You know what I'm saying? These were the exact same beautiful things that, we had on everywhere. We had gold everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And that's really just crazy. It's really just crazy. Really just crazy. Should not wear your hair braided with gold or pearls or costly clothing. Man. Very, very key. Very key. Oh yeah, and that's also in First Peter 3:3. Hold on, yeah, a book over. I think like a book or two over, a few books over. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 3. Do not let your adornment do not let your adornment be merely outward, arranging the hair, wearing gold, or putting on fine apparel. Rather, let it be the hidden person of the heart with the incorruptible beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is very precious in the sight of God. That's alright. But all this, don't wear this shit, that's some old hating shit, because that's what we used to wear, basically. You know, they don't want to see you back in your original form. Rather see you as a slave, goddammit. BS and redemption. Chip.